Hello, this is Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. It is still Saturday, August 2nd. I have a few things to go over, just a few odds and ends, little ones. First one is Dollar Tree. I went to Dollar Tree today, and the entire outside rows were all household products, paper towels, dishwashing liquid, things of that nature. And they all went up to $1.50. The whole, I mean, we're talking about dozens and dozens of products, all to do with cleaning the house and maintaining the kitchen and things like that. Not the whole store. A lot of the food items are still $1.25. But the household products, now that we're looking at that, how come we didn't hear about that on the news? Like when Dollar Tree went to $1.25. Oh, we heard about it then. And it was all Biden's fault. Maybe Trump called Dollar Tree another great conspiracy theory and said, I don't want people to notice. Do it on just some of your things. Don't do it on everything. I really don't think he did that. But heads up, it's $1.50 now for the things that you were paying $1.25 for in certain cleaning areas in your house. You know, the off-brand bathroom scrubbing things and all that. There's been a lot of talk about white communities. White-only communities are starting up. Mostly young people. People in their 30s. The ones that want to have big families. And they don't want their kids around minorities or gays or Jews. I guess atheists, too. So you have to be a Christian believer and white and non-Jewish or Latino. What if you have a tan? Anyway, to live in their communities. And we all know why they're doing it, you know. We don't want them exposed to those people, blah, 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 blah. I do have one question, though. You know, and first of all, I really don't care. I don't think anybody should care. Just let them do it. Let them be racist in their own little world. If you show them it doesn't bother you, they'll be disappointed. But they want their kids to grow up pure, like we did. Anyway, what happens, as will happen eventually, if you have a community of 500 people, 700 people, somewhere along the line, somebody is going to steal from the community. Somewhere along the line, greed will take place. Affairs will happen. Sexual liaisons will happen. I wonder how they're going to police this. Somewhere along the line, somebody's kid is going to beat up or maim some other kid. It happens everywhere. Just because you segregate yourself into a Christian white society doesn't mean anything. And what happens when they, I mean, are they going to self-police? Are they going to be their own jury judge, or will they report it to the state in which they live? Well, they think they can get away from all the bad things in America, while promoting, by the way, whites-only racism kind of thing. But if you think you can get away from all the bad things that people do to each other, forget it. Okay? You're not going to be... people are going to be looking out for their own interests eventually, not be good neighbors, etc., etc. So, I don't think they have a plan for that, because that's going to be a real shocker to them. You know, in the other 5-minute thing I did today, I talked about Trump firing that woman who put out the bad job reports. But to go a little bit further back, when 3% growth figures came out for the second quarter, which some people think it's just people trying to beat the tariffs by ordering things early, Trump will cheer. Wow, look at that. Look at that growth. Biden didn't have that growth. You know, the whole thing like that. But that pushes the argument for no rate cut. You can't cheer your economic growth and then beg for rate cuts at the same time. Rate cuts are supposed to be used to combat a flailing economy, which after the job report, we see it kind of is, and we know why it is. It's directly tied to somebody's great pumpkin prophecy tariffs. Independence Day. You're gonna pay more. Isn't that great? You can't have it both ways. He's trying to. 1/3 of independent voters still support Trump. This is gaslighting. And I'll tell you why. It honestly, if you call yourself an independent and you support Trump and what he does, there ain't no way you're ever going to vote for a Democrat. It's never going to happen. Stop trying to gaslight us. That number should be 0% of independents, true independents, support Trump. And the best way to do that is to have the people that support Trump, who consider themselves independent, to register Republican. I mean, come on. Really. Register Republican. It'll really make it look good for you. And then we'll have, anytime that we see independents supporting Trump, then we know, or not Trump, but some other Republican, then we'll know it'll be more realistic, more viable as a statistic to show people what's happening. These people are going to vote Republican every election for the rest of their lives, even if the Republican drops a nuclear weapon explosion onto their community. They don't care. Okay? So stop with the whole gaslighting thing and register Republican. And I think that's it. I mean, there's a million things happening out there. Most of them are very discouraging for a person like me. But anyway. And you know what, by the way, when those people register Republican, if they want to come on the internet and say, oh, I made a mistake voting for Trump, someone please forgive me. You know how to get forgiveness? Try to convince somebody else that it's bad to vote for a Republican who's of the ilk of Trump. Somebody stand up. Not just, oh, I'm sorry, take me back. No, you blew everything up. Do you realize the destruction that's been done in 6 months in so many different areas of our country, of our people, and of our government? Good luck, everyone. Hope to see you soon.